On August 24, 2025, Hideo Kojima turned 62 years old. For more than 3 decades, Kojima has not only been a game designer, he has been a visionary, a storyteller, and boundary pusher who blurred the lines between cinema and video games. From redefining stealth with Metal Gear Solid to creating surreal worlds like Death Stranding, Kojima has left a mark that reaches far beyond gaming. Today, to celebrate his 62nd birthday, we are taking a deep dive into his life, career, philosophy, and legacy he continues to shape.
When you balance expectation of hundreds of millions of dollars in investment with wanting to stay true to your vision,
Hideo Kojima was born in Tokyo in 1963, but grew up in Kobe. His childhood was marked by two things: solitude and imagination. Losing his father at a young age, Kojima spent much of his time watching films and television. He once said, "I was raised by movies." He dreamed of becoming a filmmaker, and his deep love for cinema, especially directors like Stanley Kubrick, Ridley Scott, Sergio Leone, would later become the foundation of his unique game design style. Kojima was fascinated by stories, but he also wanted interactivity, something feels couldn't offer. That balance of cinema and gameplay would become his signatures.
未来を見たというか、テクノロジーが世界をつなぐっていうかね。
In 1986, Kojima joined Konami. His first projects were difficult. Some never saw the light of the day. But in 1987, he created Metal Gear for MSX2 home computer. At the time, action were about running and shooting, but Kojima flipped the script. He asked players not to fight, but to sneak. This was the birth of the stealth game. But it wasn't just the gameplay, it was the story. Kojima waved themes of nuclear war, politics and human nature into a 8-bit game. Even then, he was treating games not just as entertainment, but as vehicles for deeper commentary, and that was only the beginning. "1998 was turning point. Metal Gear Solid on PlayStation was revolutionary. It wasn't just a game, it was a cinematic experience, full voice acting, dynamic camera work, complex characters. It felt like playing a movie. Kojima pushed boundaries. The Psychomantis boss fight broke the fold war, reading your memory card. Characters talked about genetics, identity, and war in ways no game had before. The game visual and soundtrack elevated storytelling in gaming forever. Metal Gear Solid became a cultural phenomenon, and Kojima became a legend, since he was the auteur of gaming.
Stay alert. He'll be through here. I know it. I'm going to swat down a couple of bothersome flies.
Kojima was never satisfied with repeating himself. While continuing the Metal Gear saga, he experimented. Zone of the Enders explored mecha battle with cinematic flair. Backtay on Game Boy Advance had a solar sensor. You literally needed sunlight to play. These weren't just gimmick, they were a Kojima philosophy, breaking the wall between player and a game. To him, technology wasn't just a hardware, it was storytelling fuel. In 2001, Metal Gear Solid 2: Sons of Liberty shocked players not only because its cutting-edge graphics and the gameplay, but because Kojima tricked everyone. Marketing promised Solid Snake and the hero, but players pet moved the game as Raiden. Fans were furious, but Kojima's point was profound: identity, control of information, and how narratives are reshaped. Years later, fans recognized how prophetic it was. Kojima warned of digital misinformation and manipulation long before it became reality. Then came Metal Gear Solid 3: Snake Eater. Set during the Cold War, it was part spy thriller, part survival game. Its emotional climax, especially the boss battle, cemented Kojima, master of blending gameplay with a narrative. By 2008, Metal Gear Solid 4: Guns of the Patriot pushed the PlayStation 3 to its limit. Some criticized the long cutscene, but Kojima was unapologetic. This was his film game, hybrid vision at its peak. He gave closure to the Snake story, exploring aging, mortality, and the human cost of endless conflict. For many fans, it was both heartbreaking and beautiful.
Hijack the SOP system.
Activated.
What you're trying to do, it's not a mission.
I know. It's not justice. It's a hired hit. The system is mine! Do you see this? We are victorious! This is only the beginning, Snake.
In 2014, Kojima shocked the gaming world with PT, a mysterious demo that turned out to be a playable teaser for Silent Hills, a collaboration with Guillermo del Toro and Norman Reedus. The demo was terrifying, immersive, and groundbreaking. Sadly, the project was cancelled after Kojima filing out with Konami, but PT became a legend in its own right, still regarded as one of the scariest gaming experiences ever made.
When his 10-year-old son came to investigate the commotion, the father shot him too. His 6-year-old daughter had the good sense to hide in the bathroom, but reports suggest he lured her out by telling her it was just a game.
Kojima's relationship with Konami deteriorated. After years of creative clashes, he officially left in 2015. It was a shock. How could the man, became the Konami most iconic franchise, be forced out? But for Kojima, it was a chance to start fresh.
Konami President Hideki Hayakawa or CEO Sadaki Kanayoshi were in attendance. Kojima's departure comes after many rumors he was leaving the company he had worked for since 1986. Back in March, Konami pulled Kojima's name from promotional materials and confirmed the rebranding of his in-house studio, Kojima Productions, to Konami Digital Entertainment. By May, Konami explained it was moving towards its mobile-first future, leaving the future of franchises like Metal Gear Solid and Silent Hill in question. Kojima reportedly has a non-compete clause that lasts until December. We've reached out to Konami for a statement.
Free at least, Kojima formed Kojima Productions. His finished project, Death Stranding, described it as a strand game. It blurred genres. You weren't a soldier, you were a porter, connecting isolated people in a fractured world. The game divided critics, but it carried Kojima's message. In an era of division, connection matters. With stunning visuals, haunting music, and real storytelling, Death Stranding was again showed Kojima's ability to innovate and provoke discussions. Now, at 62, Kojima remains unstoppable. He's working on Death Stranding 2 and mysterious cloud-based project with Xbox. He broke his brain structure, divides into creativity, cinema, and technology. He continues to be a global pop culture figure, collaborating with filmmakers, musicians, and even architects. Hideo Kojima's legacy is more than just games. He changed how we think about interactive storytelling. He predicted themes that defines our modern world: surveillance, digital control, loneliness, and connection. He inspired countless developers and showed that video games can be an art. To millions of players, his words weren't just entertainment. They were an experience they stayed with for them for a life. So today, on his 62nd birthday, we celebrate Hideo Kojima, the dreamer, the rebel, the storyteller who never stopped pushing boundaries. Whatever you love him, critique him, or simply admire his boldness, one thing is undeniable: gaming would never be the same without him. Happy birthday, Kojima-san. Here's to many more years of imagination and innovation.
It's like all about connecting people and stuff, and I've also then got the dream to connect with the people that surround me.